With the newest addition to its lineup, Jeep continues to expand on its go anywhere, do anything claim. The 2006 Jeep Commander combines 7-passenger seating with proven Jeep off-road capability. Call it sport utility versatility. Dodge also continues to expand its 2006 lineup with a new Viper. Dodge Viper SRT10 Coupe combines the advantages of a hardtop with the excitement of SRT10 performance. Welcome to this month's Master Tech. In this program, we'll familiarize you with notable features of the latest additions to the Chrysler Group. The 2006 Jeep Commander, also known as the XK, and the 2006 Dodge Viper Coupe, also known as the ZB29. We'll start with an overview of the Commander, including models, available powertrains, and four-wheel drive systems. Then we'll cover specific chassis, body exterior, interior, and body electrical features. That's followed by a look at the Viper Coupe, with an emphasis on changes to 8.3-liter engine repair policy and differences between the coupe and convertible. As we cover the features of the new Commander, you're going to see a lot of similarities with those of the WK Grand Cherokee. And in fact, the XK and WK are based on the same chassis and underbody. The body dimensions, however, are noticeably different. Even though the wheelbases are the same, the Commander is 2 inches longer overall. It's also wider and taller than the Grand Cherokee. As a result, the Commander accommodates a third-row seat and stadium seating that gives second and third row occupants an excellent view out. For 2006, Commander is available in 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive in 2 trim levels, Base Commander and Commander Limited. Here's a brief rundown of the standard and available powertrains and 4-wheel drive systems. On the Base Commander, the standard engine is a 3.7-liter V6 with a NAG1 transmission. With this powertrain, QuadraTrack 1 is the standard 4-wheel drive system, with QuadraTrack 2 optional. With the optional 4.7-liter engine and 545 RFE transmission, QuadraTrack 2 is the standard 4-wheel drive system. On Commander Limited, the 4.7-liter engine is standard, along with the 545 RFE. With this powertrain, QuadraTrack 2 is the standard 4-wheel drive system, and QuadraDrive 2 is optional. With the optional 5.7-liter Hemi and 545 RFE transmission, QuadraDrive 2 is the standard 4-wheel drive system. Commander's engines and transmissions have been used in previous applications, and you're probably familiar with them by now. The 4-wheel drive systems, on the other hand, were recently introduced on Grand Cherokee and merit a brief review. QuadraTrack 1 uses the NV140 single-speed transfer case with an open center differential. Brake traction control, which is managed by the anti-lock brake module, is used to distribute torque front to rear and side to side. QuadraTrack 2 uses the NV245 two-speed transfer case. Its center differential is equipped with an electronically controlled clutch pack to distribute torque to the front and rear axle as needed. The final drive control module operates the clutch pack. QuadraTrack 2 also uses brake traction control to distribute torque. QuadraDrive 2 also uses the NV245 with its electronically controlled clutch pack for front-to-rear torque distribution. In addition, QuadraDrive 2 systems have front and rear axles with electronically controlled limited slip differentials to distribute torque from one side of the axles to the other as needed. The final drive control module operates the limited slip feature. Well, that's a rundown of the Commander models, powertrains, and drivetrains. Next, we'll go under the Commander for a look at chassis features. Under the Commander, you're going to find chassis features similar to those you've encountered on Grand Cherokee. Except for tuning, it's basically the same short and long arm front suspension and 5-link solid axle rear suspension. The rack and pinion steering is also basically the same. And as with Grand Cherokee, Commander uses a special hydraulic system power steering fluid. The part number is 0514289388A. Both the four-wheel disc base brake system and electronic brake controls are similar to those found on WK. As on Grand Cherokee, anti-lock braking provided by the Tevis Mark 25E system helps maintain directional stability during emergency braking situations. The system also manages brake traction control, which distributes torque from side to side of the rear axle on two-wheel drive models and front to rear and side to side on four-wheel drive models. In addition, the Mark 25E system provides electronic stability program, which helps maintain directional stability on turns. The base and premium tire pressure monitoring systems are also the same as on Grand Cherokee. MasterTech covered these systems in the January 2005 program. And you may recall that the base system does not maintain a link between pressure sensor ID and location, but that the premium system does identify location by means of transponders located in the wheel wells. Well, those are some of the notable chassis features of the Commander. Next up, Commander's exterior. In the front, Commander's low and high beam headlamps, along with the park and turn signal bulb, are located in a single housing. As on Grand Cherokee, you can access headlamp bulbs by removing valence panels next to the radiator support. Turn signal park lamp bulbs are located behind panels in the wheel wells. Automatic headlamps are available on base Commander and standard on limited models. Also standard on limited models is a feature that was introduced with the 2005 WK, Smart Beam headlamps. Smart Beam provides optimum nighttime lighting by monitoring vehicle and exterior light conditions and automatically switching between high and low beams. The Smart Beam system camera and controller are attached to the headliner along with the rear view mirror. A selection in the cluster display enables or disables Smart Beam, and the headlamp control must be in the automatic position for the feature to operate. When servicing Smart Beam, note that the mechanical adjustment is different than on WK. This is the adjustment you may need to use when vehicle changes put the unit out of range. On XK, a pointer and slot provides left and right adjustment, while a variable width spacer provides adjustment up and down. Be sure to see the service information for details concerning servicing Smart Beam. And be sure to see the July 2004 MasterTech program for further information about Smart Beam operation. That month's Tech News contained an extensive discussion of the Smart Beam system. Customers who want to go off-road may want to take advantage of another feature at the front of the Commander, the removable front air dam. To make removal and installation easy, it attaches to the fascia with quarter-turn fasteners. Like Grand Cherokee, Commander is available with an express open and close sunroof. Just as with that one, if the XK sunroof moves in response to a vent switch input, but not to open or close, it may be out of calibration, and you'll need to follow the procedure in the service information. To give second and third row passengers a better view, Commanders with power sunroofs are also equipped with Command View skylights. These fixed glass panels are mounted over the second row seats and incorporate roller shades. Those are some of the notable items on the exterior of the Commander. Next, we're going inside for interior and body electrical features. Commander's spacious interior dimensions allow it to accommodate 7 passengers, and the stadium-type seating provides second and third row passengers with an excellent view. The front seats are similar to those found on Grand Cherokee, while the second and third row seats are all new. The split 40-20-40 second row seats recline and also fold to create a flat load floor, as well as tumble forward. The third row seats are split 50-50, and they fold forward by means of a lever on the D-pillar. Note the auto-retracting striker on the side of each seat that pivots into place as the seat approaches the upright position. Besides multi-stage driver and front passenger airbags and seat belt tensioners, Commander's passive restraint system includes a strain gauge type occupant classification system, similar to that found on Grand Cherokee. Advanced side curtain airbags, standard on XK, are longer than those on Grand Cherokee to provide protection to all 3 rows of seats. And there's an additional side impact sensor mounted behind the rear quarter trim panel. In addition to side impact protection, Commander's side curtain airbags provide roll protection. The occupant restraint controller has level sensing as an input, and the ORC will extend the airbag uptime if it detects a roll situation. With the addition of the advanced side curtain airbags, it's more important than ever to observe the proper safety precautions when servicing passive restraints. So be sure to disconnect the battery whenever removing or installing passive restraint components. When it comes to Commander's climate control systems, you should be able to apply much of what you've learned about the Grand Cherokee systems to the XK. Earlier this year, we covered the Grand Cherokee's manual temperature control and automatic temperature control systems, and Commander's ATC and MTC systems are similar. However, XK does have one feature that is a first for Jeep vehicles, the availability of rear HVAC. The rear HVAC system, optional on base Commander and standard unlimited models, provides heated and cooled air to passengers in the 3rd row seats. A switch in the IP switch bank enables rear blower operation. Other than that, the rear unit works independently of the front. And the rear control head provides temperature, mode, and blower speed selections. Outlets include one on the right side of the 3rd row seat near the floor, and 2 upper outlets on the right and left sides of the vehicle. The rear HVAC module contains the rear blower motor, evaporator, heater core, actuators, and doors. The actuators use 3 wires and are similar to the smart actuators found on other applications. The 4th wire is used for manufacturing purposes only. The rear blower relay is located in the junction block to the left of the steering column, and the block-type blower resistor is located on the back of the HVAC module. The rear HVAC module is supplied with coolant and refrigerant by lines routed under the body. The AC liquid line runs from the receiver dryer in the engine compartment to the expansion valve in the rear. When it comes to diagnosis, the rear HVAC control head does not record trouble codes, so you'll need to use the symptom-based diagnostic procedures under diagnosis and testing. Testing the expansion valve on the rear HVAC unit requires the use of liquid CO2 and is similar to what you've seen with other valves. The procedure is detailed in the plumbing section of the service information. If it's found to be faulty, the expansion valve can be removed from underneath with the rear HVAC module in place. To service some of the rear HVAC module components, you'll need to remove the module from the vehicle. For other components, you'll need to disassemble the unit. Since this unit is a first for Jeep vehicles, be sure to refer to Tech Connect for service procedures. Here's a few things to keep in mind, however. If you do replace the evaporator, note that you must add 1 ounce of refrigerant oil to the HVAC system. The metal coolant and refrigerant lines underneath Commander can be repaired using Repair Kit 8456A. The October 2000 and October 2003 MasterTech covered splicing lines using this tool, so be sure to refer to them for further information. Some of Commander's other interior and body electrical features, such as full-screen navigation system and Park Sense, are probably familiar to you by now, since MasterTech covered their introduction on other new models. If you do need to service the Park Sense display, note that the rear of the display is held in place by a sliding plastic retainer, not bent over tabs as in other applications. And that does it for the Commander part of the program. Next, we're going to take a brief look at Viper Coupe. In the engine compartment of the Viper Coupe, you're going to find the same 8.3-liter all-aluminum engine as in other SRT-10 applications. One thing that is different is the way this engine is serviced. Up until now, SRT-10 engine repair meant coordinating with Star to send the engine to a repair facility. That policy is changed. so that now dealership service departments can perform these repairs on 2003 and later Viper SRT-10 engines and on 2004 and later Ram Truck SRT-10 engines. However, note that you should still contact Star before attempting any internal engine repairs. With the change, you're going to need to be aware of the special service characteristics of the SRT-10 engine. For example, improper cleaning can damage aluminum surfaces, so use only recommended tools and techniques. In addition, some repair procedures may be different than what you're used to, so be sure to follow the proper procedure in the service information. A revised cam and block course will include material on 8.3-liter repair. Check the course catalog on the DCA Learning Center website for availability. Under the new Viper Coupe, you're going to find chassis components that are the same as those on the Roadster. The change from a convertible top to a roof has made one aspect of service easier, however. With the open cargo area, it's easier to access the plugs above the upper mounts for the rear shocks. As you might expect, the main area in which the Viper Coupe differs from the convertible is in body components, and that meant more than just leaving out the convertible top and adding a roof. In fact, the Coupe roof attaches to revised rear corner panels, and the assembly is then attached to the rest of the Viper. A revised windshield surround provides attaching points for the forward edge of the roof. The roof is a double bubble design so that it can accommodate a driver wearing a helmet. With modifications, it can also accommodate a roll cage. Inside the roof quarter panel assembly, you'll find a one-piece headliner. By the way, replacement headliners include foam blocks that are part of the assembly. Inside Viper Coupe, you'll also find trim panels that attach to the A and B pillars with clips. The rear bulkhead trim panel has been revised to enhance rear visibility. The deck lid has an integral spoiler and incorporates the rear glass. A trim panel conceals internal components. New gas struts support the deck lid. The Coupe's taillights are unique. The convertible lamps mount to the vehicle rear clip. The Coupe's lamps, however, mount directly to the rear fascia. In the rear quarter panels, you'll find marker lamps. Lamps are held in place by a PAL nut and clip. Also in the rear quarter panel, there's a new fuel filler door, under which you'll find a revised fuel filler assembly. Other body components that have been revised for the Coupe include the door side glass and rear fascia. And with the tight body sealing the Coupe provides, air exhausters have been added to the vehicle's rear clip. They snap in place. The modifications and additions to body components also resulted in revised wiring harnesses. In some cases, the revisions are short wiring harness extensions which branch off from the main harness. In the case of the roof, however, a longer extension supplies power to the rear glass defroster as well as to the courtesy lamp for the cargo area. In the area of navigation and communication systems, a Sirius satellite radio is optional on the Viper Coupe. Daimler Chrysler Academy offers a number of courses which can help you service both the Commander and the Viper Coupe. So be sure to see the listing in this month's Tech News. And be sure to see us next month when we'll look at the new LX models, including 2 SRT8s. Thanks for watching.